Hey everyone, it's Crystal Neath here with your June 26, 2020 Daily Tarot reading. In this reading, as always, we are going to be picking up on the overall energy of the day. And today we have the Curandera of Fire, the World, and we also have Justice in Reverse. So, I love that we have this passionate energy of pretty much this relates to the King of Wands in the tarot, but obviously it's a grandmother's hands that they use, but it's to show the, I guess, like the ranking and the wisdom that comes with being the kings and the queens. It talks about loving yourself no matter how old you are, indulging in yourself with sensual bliss, coming home to pleasure, power, and passion. So this is definitely a day to where your passions can be riled up. It is a day to where you can push forward with anything that you wholeheartedly believe in. But it is a lot about self-care. You know, you can see that this woman has her ring, her bracelets, her beeswax candle. She's just really at a place of setting the tone, setting the sensual tone. So today would be a really great day for intimacy. And intimacy doesn't instantly mean like sex, I guess, but just something intimate, even if it's just with yourself, even if it's sitting down and just taking that moment to do what you want to do because it's what you want to do. And not to say this energy is very passionate. It pushes you, it makes you feel inspired, it gets you riled up about what it is that you like your belief systems and things like that. So yes, I think it's great to put what it is that you feel out there for the world and express yourself, and all of those things are great today. People can even just be attracted to you. You might find yourself just speaking and people just kind of looking over at you, just seeing what you're doing. It definitely brings attraction on the forefront today, which I think is great. And I don't think that beauty is like, I see plenty of older women who are beautiful, and this card just emphasizes don't let age get in the way of making you feel that you shouldn't still get your nails done or do nice things for yourself or inspire other people. You're still the same beautiful individual that you were. You just grown and matured, and like wine, you have become finer in time. Okay, so that is what this card really wants you to know. Now, I love that she's kind of holding this diamond, or this, I guess it's a triangle actually. And it just makes me think of anytime we have a trine aspect within the astrology to where things just kind of flow. And I like that. Of course, we want things to flow. And on days to where we don't have to have a lot of tension, why not? That's a good thing. Now, the next card we have is the World card. And the World card talks about the ending. This is the last card of the tarot. So this is when you've been through all of your journeys. You've tried new things. You've been heartbroken. You've been depressed. You've been happy. You've had children. Like, the World card is when you have found this. So it is, once again, this kind of seasoned type of day, I guess you could say. This energy that really brings things to a culmination period. If you have anything that you need to wrap up or finish up, today will be a great day to get it done. I love that the World card is here because it does emphasize travel to me. It does talk about being able to study and see other cultures and find the beautiful ways that people all around the world express themselves. And if you normally pray, then maybe meditate. If you normally meditate, pray. If you normally are kind of stuck into your own religious beliefs, it could be a great day to study other religious beliefs. The World card is also a card of marriage, so don't be surprised if marriage is a highlight for a lot of you all today. I wouldn't be surprised. It can be one of those empowering days of, I'm standing up for myself. I'm looking out for me. This is what I need. This is what I want. And I'm sorry if it doesn't go along with what it is that you want, but this is what I need for my life. Some of you could really be feeling that power to just jump out there and do something different. For some of you, it could be leaving a marriage, leaving a relationship, leaving a job that you don't care about anymore. But just make sure that inspiration is there, and make sure that you, of course, have your ducks in a row if you're going to make big decisions like that with some of the other energy that we have going on. But at least the tarot is supporting you. So next we have the Justice card in reverse. And the Justice card in reverse can kind of slap a little bit because upright it's fair and it tries to be diplomatic and see things from someone else's perspective. And yes, we do have the World card here, which helps us kind of see outside of our own normal ways of doing things. But something comes up in the day that makes us feel like something wasn't fair, something wasn't balanced. Even though, like I said, there are these conclusions, if you are going to leave a situation or be done with it or come to a conclusion, cross your T's and dot your I's, because sometimes the Justice card in reverse can be missing vital pieces of paperwork or documents, or signing on the wrong line or whatever. So just be careful. Even though these conclusions are happening today, it doesn't mean that I would necessarily suggest signing any contracts. I want the Justice card upright. I don't want it in reverse. Now, you could also find that if you could also find yourself, if you're leaning one way more than the other, finding yourself wanting to escape more than kind of smell the flowers or face reality, then yeah, you'll find a super imbalanced moment in your day to where you can be a little bit dreamy or in la la land, or not really feeling the most logical, because the Justice card is the energy of Libra. So today you're being forced to find balance within your relationships. And if there are things within the relationships you have with people that are not fair or that are not just, they will come out today. So ways that you can deal with this is to understand that the world is not fair. Everything is not always fair. Everything is not always as we feel like it should be at that moment, but everything eventually balances out. And even when we see injustice in the world, even when we see people do horrible things at work, or, throw around their power on the little man, or whatever it might be, bosses be, a-holes to people, they have to pay for that eventually. And sometimes it can be hard when we feel like the judge that we're going to see isn't seeing it, or the person who should be getting that, their correct treatment, or what is it called when you like commit a crime and you have to do the time. Like, sometimes we don't always get the satisfaction of seeing someone get what they deserve. But trust me, people get what they deserve. Whatever you put out is what you receive. And when people do things in a sneaky, conniving way, or when they try to do things behind your back, trust me, it comes out. When you didn't do something sneaky and conniving to that person and they decide to do something like that to you, trust me, even if you're not the one who gives it to them, they get it in some way. And that's why we have to be careful to, and I am more of an eye for an eye. If you do something wrong, don't expect good to just keep following you. Eventually it will catch up. So that's why we have to live from a place of integrity and being truthful and honest, and being that person who's passionate. And even if we're not happy about what a person does, we can confront them. And or I'm not saying you can't plot, but this isn't a day to plot. Okay, this isn't the day to plot. This is more of the day to sit back and maybe revise some things that have went on in your life that weren't the most fair. Yes, of course, you can take action. I think it's a little bit different when it's an eye for an eye. Someone stole your car or your identity or something like that. Well, today could be a day to where, yes, you might feel like things are unfair or they didn't get what's due to them, but they actually get it. Some of you might actually witness this. It can be like, man, every single day, this girl gets away with stealing money from the job, or she gets away with treating us crappy. And this just happens to be the day the inspector comes in. So speak your truth at the least. Even when you do, I don't judge people for how they feel like they need to get revenge. If they feel like they need revenge, but just make sure that it's balanced and it makes sense. And understand that even if you don't do physically anything to report that person or whatever it is that people do to get even, it still will come to them eventually. Okay, so Today is also a day to where I feel like you might be going over a lot of court documents, paperwork, tax paperwork, things like that. All of that could be a topic of discussion. Not a bad day. Not a bad day overall. I hope this helped in some way. You all, if you need to get a reading with me, you can always email me at crystalneath@gmail.com. And I'll see you tomorrow.